Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th Mint commercial. No, don't. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I only have to do like 4 of these. I mean, it's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be victim blaming here. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save. Whenever you're ready.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Friday, September 20th, 2024. I'm born on this date in 1925. Doo-wop musician Bobby Nunn of Birmingham. He sang bass for the Coasters. In 1970, former Alabama and NFL defensive end John Copeland of Lynette. And in 1973, former North Alabama and NFL linebacker Ronald McKinnon of Elba. Today, let's talk libraries, pollution, and another city's migrant workers. We also have another listener here to take this week's news quiz. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. The Alabama Public Library Services Board of Directors elected state GOP Chair John Wall as its head, reports AL.com's Howard Koplowitz. The governor appoints a board member from each of the 7 congressional districts, and each of those board members get a vote on who's going to lead the board. Wall has been on the library board since 2022. Now, there have been times in our history, I'm sure, when a library board election has gone fairly unnoticed and not drawn any criticism, but Wall's promotion comes at a time when public libraries have become a front in the culture wars. There are groups such as Clean Up Alabama that say they're trying to prevent children from having access to sexually explicit material in the libraries. Others, such as the group Read Freely Alabama, accuse those more conservative groups of targeting libraries for books with LGBTQ or racial justice themes. Read Freely Alabama released a statement calling Wall an, quote, anti-library extremist for aligning with Clean Up Alabama and similar groups. Back in January, the Library Service Board voted to split from the American Library Association over how it categorizes sexually explicit material. Warrior Met Coal has agreed to fix a coal slurry impoundment, stop wastewater from polluting a Tuscaloosa County waterway, and pay $250,000 per a settlement with Black Warrior Riverkeeper, reports AL.com's Margaret Cates. The wastewater has been leaking into a tributary of Texas Creek, which flows, eventually, into the Black Warrior River. The environmental group filed a lawsuit in 2022 over 21 leaks that it had documented since 2021. The deal also calls for Warrior Met Coal to place the impoundment in the Alabama Dam Safety Program, which is a name that sounds like we don't like our safety program, but it's not. It means that it'll face more monitoring and regulation by the local EMA. The company is reimbursing Blackwater Riverkeeper $28,000 in legal fees. The $250,000 is going to the Freshwater Land Trust for a project in that river system. Concern over migrant workers from Haiti who have moved into many places in the country on a temporary federal work program continue to roil small towns in Alabama. AL.com's Mike Kaysen reports that a couple of local officials in Enterprise tried to tamp down anxieties there through statements similar to that from mayors and city council members in other cities, saying that they weren't given personal information about the newcomers, that they've seen no increase in reported crime, and that they have seen much misinformation on social media. Now, Mayor William Cooper acknowledged the possibility for unintended consequences from an influx of people and said he's communicating with law enforcement, the healthcare community, local school systems, and other cities in a similar situation to monitor for any potential problems. There was a meeting last night billed as open to the public at a church in Enterprise to discuss the migrants, although people there told one of our reporters to leave. A flyer advertising the event said it would have a former Trump advisor as a speaker. Hey, let's take a quick break, and then a listener is going to take this week's news quiz, and we'll be out of here for the week. Y'all stay with us.
This episode is brought to you by Honda. When you test drive the all-new Prologue EV, there's a lot that can impress you about it. There's the class-leading passenger space, the clean, thoughtful design, and the intuitive technology. But out of everything, what you'll really love most is that it's a Honda. Visit honda.com/EV to see offers.
Hey, thanks for staying with us, everybody. We really appreciate it. It's Friday, and man, it has been some kind of news week, especially political news. That's the news that'll wear you down the most, won't it? But we're going to do this news quiz and try to have a little fun with it. We have a listener on the phone, Jan Morrison. Jan, welcome to the show, and tell us where you are.
Thanks, Ike. I am in Huntsville, on the south side of Huntsville, Alabama. I've been here for just over a year, so I'm still kind of new to Alabama.
So many Huntsville people can give that testimony because that is growing like crazy. What do you think about Huntsville?
We love it. We moved. We used to live in Nashville years and years ago.
Okay.
And then we moved to a small town in West Texas. And well, let's just say we were excited about an opportunity to come back to this side of the country. So as soon as an opportunity opened up and my husband saw a job opportunity in Huntsville, I said, I've already got my bags packed. So let's go.
So with time in Nashville and Texas, not a huge culture shock or anything moving to Alabama like some people say.
No, in fact, we just met some folks in our neighborhood who moved from California recently, and they said, we're kind of disappointed that it's as metropolitan as it is. We were really hoping for some, some accents and some other things, but Huntsville is such a melting pot. I've met so many people who are from other places.
Oh yeah, it's a great place. Send those folks to my neighborhood for a day or two. We'll get them straight. We'll have a pig picking in the backyard. It'll be great.
I'll tell them to listen to your podcast.
You know what? That's way better. Absolutely. All right. Well, what is it that you do in Huntsville? How do you spend your time?
Well, I do marketing and fundraising. I do some consulting for smaller nonprofits and churches. That's my background, and moving into the area, I just trying to find my niche, and have found it working with a couple of small organizations here.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you are. I'm glad y'all are happy, and I hope it keeps getting better and better for you.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take this quiz. Now, if you've listened the past couple Fridays, we've had people acing the quiz. I'm not saying that we made this thing harder, but looking back at it, it's challenging. There's no shame. That's in missing any. That's the great news. But everybody wants a challenge. Yeah, everybody wants to. We've also had, we have ringers come on the show pretty regularly who listen a lot. But you'll do great. All right, let's go. I got my buzzers. I know you said ahead of time you had a little anxiety about the buzzer.
Scared of that buzzer.
I like to pull it out. I'm going to tell you, it's a little joy that I get. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see how we do. Question number 1. The Donald Trump campaign has confirmed that the former president plans to attend the University of Alabama's football game against this opponent. Is it A, Georgia, B, Tennessee, C, Missouri, or D, Mercer?
Well, I love that you have Missouri thrown in there because that is where I went to school.
All right. How about that?
It is Georgia.
Oh my gosh. I got the good thing here. I got to turn it on. There it is.
There. Okay. Phew.
I just did it again to make sure we got it. Yeah, good answer. A huge ball game. It's obviously the former president has Alabama pretty well wrapped up according to polling and past elections, but Georgia is contentious, man. There are inter commercial. I watch the Atlanta Braves commercials constantly on both sides, so
Oh yeah, you
yeah,
mentioned that.
it is crazy, but it'll end soon. We'll just
Lucky for me, I don't watch any sports whatsoever, so I've been able to avoid all of that.
Oh yeah, good for you. It's good for sanity. You keep up with the news, what's going on. That's healthy,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
there's a point that it's probably not as healthy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Diminishing returns, we said in
That's
economics
right.
class.
That's right.
Question number 2. Now, when you go hunting or hiking this fall, or find yourself in the woods for whatever reason, in many of Alabama's forests, watch out for this, according to a recent statement by the U.S. Forest Service. Should you watch out for the eastern indigo snake? I'm sorry, the eastern indigo snake, bats with white nose syndrome, fallen trees, or aggressive groundhogs?
Oh, um, I remember very clearly the part in the podcast where you gave some advice to don't look up constantly to see if trees are falling on you, but also to make sure to look down so that you don't trip over any that have already fallen.
That's right. So,
Okay, good.
are you
Fallen
going?
trees.
Correct answer.
Yes.
The pine
Yes.
beetles are wreaking havoc in parts of the state, many parts of the state, and dead trees mean they might fall. And you know, I guess if you're in the woods, then they make a sound, so you listen up for that.
Yeah, totally do.
Yeah. Question number 3: when compared to 2 years ago, Alabama pediatricians are higher in number across the state, but smaller in number in large cities, in rural areas, in suburbs, or in local bars.
Um, I I imagine it's probably the same percentage in local bars, no matter where you are. So that's probably not it. I'm gonna go with rural communities.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we've obviously had our trouble keeping hospitals and pediatrician practices open in rural counties. Yeah, I'm not sure what the bar scene's like, but all right. Well, now, okay. Now these past last two are the ones I had in mind that might be a little tricky.
Uh-oh.
But man, you're just you got a full head of steam going into them, so we're feeling good about it. Question
Feel
number
good.
4: as
Hmm.
we've expected for weeks, the Federal Reserve cut its key interest rate this week. Which Alabama politician has accused the Fed of playing politics by stimulating the economy this close to a presidential election? Was that U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville, U.S. Senator Katie Britt, U.S. Representative Terry Sewell, or Governor Kay Ivey?
Oh gosh. I don't know for sure, but I feel based on things he's said in the past and things he's done in the past, it's probably Tommy Tuberville. Yeah.
That's using pretty good logic. He's been obviously
Uh-huh.
critical of the administration, and as we get closer to the election, that ramps up. Now, I thought it was pretty tricky, and I guess it was since there was a little bit element of a guess in there. But Katie Britt's been in the news a lot lately because she's been vocal. She's been
Mhm.
pushing some bills and stuff. But this was Tommy Tuberville who had this criticism. You have to be feeling good going into question number 5.
I'm scared. I'm scared I'm not going to be able to just sail high through this whole thing.
All right, let's give it a shot. The University of Alabama enrolled a record 40,846 students this fall. The number of minority students account for some of the upward trending, Which other group is at a record high and is credited for really pushing that number? Was it I'm sorry, let me start again. Was it in-state freshmen, out-of-state freshmen, Delta Tau Chi pledges, or athletes arriving via the transfer portal?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, what were the options? Can you give me the options again?
Sure. A, in-state freshmen. B, out-of-state freshmen. C, Delta Tau Chi pledges. Or D, athletes arriving via the transfer portal.
Well, I guess I gotta go with I don't know for sure. I don't remember hearing this story, but logic tells me that generally your largest population of students is going to be your in-state freshmen.
Great guess. See, I thought that was trickier also because, and you've only been here a year, but there had been a thing where lots more out of state students were coming in for a while. That would seem to be a trend, but in state, killed it this year for sure. Way to go!
Thanks. I was real scared of that negative buzzer.
Well, I didn't even get it. I really got to polish this thing off. And use it on somebody at some point. See, I think my family, anytime when my daughter asks me a question, can you take me somewhere? I'm going to hit it.
Absolutely. Just carry it around with you. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of opportunities to use it. I mean, at home, in the newsroom, wherever you are.
Oh my gosh.
Just not on me.
Yeah. I wish I would have had it. I was a sports editor at one time at a newspaper, and if I would have had a buzzer to answer questions from sports reporters, I would have loved that.
That would have been good. You'd be like, nope, not answering that.
Jan Morrison, it was a pleasure to have you on the show. Well done.
Thanks, Mike.
You represent newcomers well.
Thanks. We're excited to be here, and I'm so thankful for the content of AL.com to get me up to speed so that I know what the heck is going on around here.
We do what we can. We appreciate it. And we thank everybody out there for taking the time to listen to us. We're going to be back here bright and early Monday morning. Until then, as always, y'all come by and see what we're doing on the internet. We're open 24 hours a day and 7 days a week on the World Wide Web at AL.com.